When you think of college roommates, you likely think of a couple of young adults making their way through life for school and for fun, right? Well, there's a local place that's completely rethinking the concept of co-ed living, and it's turned into a life-giving project. From the outside, you may be able to guess what's on the inside. Independent living for seniors and memory care, too. But things here aren't as they seem.
Feel good. Lily and I come once a week and rock the babies and talk to them and just are amazed with how they change from week to week. It's wonderful.
I just like being with little children. I've got 3 great-grandsons out in Montana that I don't see very often.
Around here, there's about a 100-year age span, and these University of Minnesota students in occupational therapy are somewhere in between. This is a cool way to spend your school day. Huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
What do y'all like about it here?
I think it's a really cool concept, the whole intergenerational piece. It's something I wasn't familiar with until coming here to Pillars.
The Pillars here are the bookends of life. Just a stone's throw from the U, they are using each other to learn. What perspective is it giving you?
It definitely gives you the ability to see life as this holistic thing. It goes from very birth as little tiny babies all the way to the end of life.
So as students observe, residents rock, and in the spaces in between, friendships are formed.
I don't think I would have survived in a residency that was only elderly people.
Sharon says she wants the peers and the babies at the in-house daycare.
And so every morning as we're having our coffee, we get to watch these parents come with their little toddlers, you know, or infants, and they're taking them over.
All of the positive things.
All the positive things.
She also gets to enjoy the students, who are also neighbors.
People find it interesting when I tell them I live in a retirement home. That's usually like what I start with, and then they're like, what? And I'm like, it's an intergenerational community. I live with assisted and independent living, but I have my own apartment, and people think it's interesting.
Jake is getting his PhD in psychology. He's getting life lessons, too.
There's a lot of wisdom from people who have lived experience, so I learn a lot from them. I mean, they've been through history.
How excited are you about going to your...
His pal Sharon has a history of pain and love. She lost both parents as a child, grew up in a boarding school. She became a nurse and a mom, and just a few years ago, she decided her next chapter would be here.
So it's been renewing. And actually, we were at a meeting with the students maybe a couple months ago, and they were going around and asking people to share their story, and so I shared my story about my parents dying. I think it's okay to share those stories. It's okay for people to know that you've had some hard times, but you can find a way to go above that. So it's been a good place for me.
Yeah.
Same goes for Jake. What do you think you've learned or realized that you didn't before about life?
I've noticed that everyone here has a pretty good sense of humor. And I feel like that's something that seems to really be related to well-being and living a good life. So that's been interesting to me.
Aside from the knowledge, he appreciates the vibe.
It's quiet. Most people go to bed pretty early.
And so together, they live in peace and harmony. Okay, you can see I am joined right now by Sharon, who you just saw, and then another one of her neighbors, Sherez. So glad to have y'all both with us this morning. And Sharon, you kind of talked about it there, but you said that this model specifically was really appealing to you. Why is that?
Very appealing. I love working with youth. I love being surrounded by young people. And to leave our neighborhood where we had families,
right,
to be able to move into a retirement center where there was going to be little children, young adults. It was a perfect environment for us to move to.
And I know you've had some really good conversations with people like Shiraz.
Yes.
And Shiraz, you are a student right now, right?
Yes, I'm in medical school.
You're in medical school. What was it to you that was appealing about this model?
Yeah, so before starting medical school, I wanted a place where I could engage with the community meaningfully. So before starting, I came across this post on Facebook of a medical student a year above me who was the first student to live here. And she had just great things to say about it. So I reached out to her and we spent an hour talking about how great of a place this was. So I was really intrigued by intergenerational living. So I started living here, and it's been a little over 3 years now, and it's been such an amazing experience.
And I know that there are a few different reasons why it's important. I mean, you get to have conversations, but also thinking you being in medical school, you're getting insight about people, right? And their bodies and aging. So has that been important?
Oh no, 100%. Yeah, in medical school, we learn about like the pathology of disease and like what happens to the cells, but we don't really learn about people's stories. And I mainly volunteer in the memory care where people are living with different forms of dementia. And as someone who wants to go into neurology, I've had a really good experience being there and learning about people who actually live through these conditions and how they interact with their families and how that goes. So it's been a very meaningful experience for me.
I love that. And it just seems when I was there that you guys have this respect. There's so much respect. And you said that you've bonded with some of the students who maybe families have been far away. And that probably felt good to you too, right,
Very
Sharon?
good, very good. And it felt like I was helping them to feel at home, but also they were giving me so much love. And that's wonderful, sharing their stories. Sharing things that might be going on in the day that was difficult, but I could listen to them and help them through that. It's wonderful.
And we always talk about purpose being so important, especially when people retire and they might not have a job to go to. So that has to have been fulfilling too.
Yes.
To know that you're helping.
Yes. And doing volunteer work as a retiree and then leaving that environment, but coming here, I can also be a volunteer, whether it's through the ambassador programs or just being friendly and helping someone get to the dining room. There's so many ways to volunteer.
That is so true, and that's what fills our souls, I feel like. And then Jake mentioned that there's a lot of funny things that go on there. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, no. No, everybody, as he said, good sense of humor. Everybody's there to, talk, learn, teach from each other, and it's a good experience.
Well, thank you both.
Yes, so much.
And what were you going to say, Sharon?
I was just going to say down in our cafe, I noticed you had some pictures earlier of that, and such great stories that to come there.
Oh,
and
I bet.
Lots of laughter. Lots of laughter
laughter
in the cafe, yes.
And especially probably a little extra with those babies who are there too. Lots of smiles. Thank you both for talking about the pillars, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
I think you taught us a lesson too about just having a good conversation with people of different ages. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.